The office was dimly lit. It was well past midnight. All the other employees had gone home hours ago, leaving Mark alone with a heavy decision. His phone buzzed again. Another text from his boss. "Sign it. Everyone does. What should he do?" You're about to hear a story of integrity and courage from a man named Mark. Mark had climbed the corporate ladder the hard way. Late nights, missed birthdays, compromises that ate at his soul. He'd put blinders on for decades, ignoring the nagging feeling that something was wrong. But now the biggest deal of his career sat on his desk. A Fortune 100 client, a 7-figure bonus. It was everything he'd worked for. But there was a catch. On Friday, his boss, Steve, had pulled him aside. "We need you to fudge the safety reports," he said, shrugging. "It's just how this industry works." Mark's stomach twisted. How could he do this? How could he sign off on something that could hurt people? On Monday, he pushed back. "I can't do it, Steve. It's not right." But his boss just sighed and said, "You'll do what's required when you report to my office tomorrow night." So here he was, signing on the dotted line. But then he stopped. He thought of his grandfather, a steel worker who'd lost 2 fingers standing up to a corrupt foreman. The old man's words echoed in his ears. A man's name is all he's got. Suddenly, Mark felt the weight of his own name, the legacy he was building, or rather the one he was destroying. At home, his wife, Sarah, was reading their son a Bible story before bed from the book of Joshua found in chapter 24 and verse 15. Joshua's declaration, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Their son looked up. "What does that mean, Daddy?" Mark's throat tightened. He'd been passive for too long. Church on Sundays, silent the rest of the week. But leadership wasn't optional. That night, Mark knelt beside his son's bed. "I love you, son. And I want to tell you about a man named Joshua." He had a choice to make. Would you help him? Their nightly prayer became a turning point. Mark promised God he wouldn't be passive anymore. Next morning, Mark walked into the boardroom and slid the unsigned contract across the table. "I won't lie for profit," he said. Silence, then laughter. "You'll regret this," Steve sneered. 2 weeks later, the client's faulty product caused an accident. Lawsuits buried the company. Mark's name, however, was clean. He took the hit, but he stood by his convictions. He started his own firm. His faith became the foundation. Devotions with his family became non-negotiable. Years passed. His son, now a teen, was preparing for his final exams. "Don't even think about cheating," Mark said. Suddenly, his son looked troubled. "Dad, I have to take an ethics test tomorrow, but I don't know the answers." Mark smiled. "Well, now you know what to do." Later that night, Mark heard a knock. His son stood sheepishly by the door. "They caught me texting a friend during the test. I failed." Mark pulled him into a hug. "Son, sometimes the hardest test is to be true to yourself. Men, where's your line? Are you passive, or are you principled? Are you just going through the motions, or do you have convictions? Are you ready to stand up for what's right, even if it costs you everything?" This short tale is all about standing strong and staying true to who you are. Are you a man like Mark, who refused to compromise his integrity? He chose to walk away from a bad deal rather than participate in it. He understood that his reputation and peace of mind are priceless. Remember, true leadership isn't convenience. It's conviction. Don't let passivity rule in your life. If you've ever had to make a tough call like Mark, drop me a comment and share your story. Let's encourage one another. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a powerful message. Until next time, remember, some lines you just don't cross.